Hi, this is Peter Godinez, your ambassador with K80Y TV, with another segment of Good Morning Oxnard. We're here in Tomas's Cafe here in Oxnard. It's a lovely place, and I have always the good fortune of meeting new friends and very important people, and this is Ashley Warner. No, we said no relation to Time Warner, no. But we can make it up that way.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But you do something I think really significant for Oxnard, and you have an organization called the Mother Company, and that is the
California Beer Festival, and we produce 10 festivals a year, all in California, from San Dimas to Marin, and 2 of them being right here in Oxnard.
Wow. This is like international global then.
Yeah.
So, and are you the face of this company?
I am one of 4 faces of this company, and then we have several, of course, of our logistics team that comes in and help us produce the actual event. So there's myself, my coworkers, Vincenzo, who's the president of our company.
Vincenzo?
Vincenzo.
You have to say Vincenzo. Okay. Oh, grazie. Prego. Okay.
He's the president of our company. We have Tammy, and we have Clarissa, and myself.
Wow.
And then we have our logistics manager, Derek, and our whole logistics team that comes in day of events and help us rock out these awesome events.
Now, how awesome that you mentioned their names, so they owe you big time.
Yeah, they
right?
owe me big time, guys.
Okay, so are you all from various areas, and how can I say you met? And
yeah, we're actually we're all local. So I am born and raised in Ojai, and then Vincenzo actually lives out at the collection. I probably shouldn't have said that, but anyway. Tammy was from here. She now works from a satellite office, and then Clarissa is from here. Same with Derek. So we're all local.
How did you guys connect? I mean, how does this divine team come together?
Right. Well, Vincenzo went to Brooks Institute,
okay.
And so he was into the film world and got into festivals, and then I did rentals. I did party rentals for 13 years before I did this, and I just love events, and so I wanted to do festivals and got on with the team. And Tammy did radio and she did marketing, and so she came on the team, and then we just, Clarissa's the newest member of our team, and she's doing our social media. So we kind of just all...
This is like a real live Fab Four. Or,
it really is.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, there we go. We're fantastic.
Everybody's got superheroes.
We should all come up with like a different superhero.
I know, all accelerated by beer, you know, it's just like...
As a guy walks by with a Superman shirt.
It's okay, but you know, like Popeye had its spinach, you guys have the beer, right? You know, and you got your superpowers on it.
Our hops can be our superpower.
Well, no, I know we have a lot of viewers from Ojai, and then the normal question is, you go to Nordhoff, or did you go to the Villanova where you have to speak several languages?
No, I went to Nordhoff.
Okay,
yep.
all right.
Born and raised, Nordhoff proud.
So tell us a little bit more about your passion and how beer is somehow something that people just, it's like wine. It's, you know, talk to us about
it is beer,
a little bit about the wine.
And the craft beer movement is really up and coming. It's really becoming a new thing. You know, just locally, I mean, I just learned that down the street at the kitchen right here, they have the whole beer section and area. And then I know that in Ventura we have Surf Brew, and we have a couple new breweries that are up and coming. Poseidon and Surf are both going to be part of our festival this weekend. And then, I mean, Carpinteria, you have Islands and Rincon, and so it's really just up and coming, almost more than the wineries, I feel like. You know, the wineries are here and they're established, and next thing you know, there's brewery, and it's great, and they all have different specialties and you know, IPAs and lagers, and they all have their different specialties.
You know, it's like there's so many different categories, and as I told you before the interview, I know hardly anything, and I won't mention any brands, okay, but you know, different categories, you know, like obviously there's light beer and regular beer, there's lager, and then there's beer, and there's the IPA or IPS or ABC, all these initials. But is there different categories of beer? Like if at the top there's beer, and this could be a whole segment in itself, so pay attention, very educational.
Well, I would say, I mean, definitely, but there's definitely different categories, and it's amazing for me to have learned more about beer in this job as well, because I've been learning so much. But just because the percentage, I've been learning, because just because the beer doesn't have a high percentage doesn't mean it's a dark color.
Okay.
That's a lot of preconceived notion that a lot of people have. But a lot of times the style of beer, like, or what it's aged in, that's a new thing. So like a whiskey, beer aged in a whiskey cask or something like that. Those are new things that are coming out. So it's really neat. So in addition to, you know, your regular, your lagers, your IPAs, your ales, oh my gosh, your blondes, all reds.
There's a blonde beer.
There's a blonde, yeah.
No.
That's my favorite, naturally. No, I'm kidding. But
do they have a brunette beer yet?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
They have a nutty.
Nutty, that would fit me, but keep on going.
Yeah, but even today I brought this Einstock is one of our beers that we're going to have this coming weekend, and they're an Icelandic Arctic berry ale. And I mean, this is a white ale brewed with bilberries and crowberry juice. So, I mean...
This actually has berries in it?
It's brewed with berry juice.
Oh my gosh, so it's probably high in vitamin C, B12, and all that stuff.
Super healthy for you. You can get a full serving of your vegetables or berries.
And that looks like George Miller right there with glasses and a beard. So anyway.
Yeah, the Einstock guys, yeah, they're great. They're from Iceland, but brewed in LA, and they're served a lot around here.
Now, see, a rookie like me, I walk in and I'm always ask for help, and they say some of the key things to do is look for a beer that's almost out. You know, maybe there's 2 or 3 bottles left.
Sure, that's a good sign.
Other categories were beers that were like theme beers. Like there's a beer that came out that had to do with the Lord of the Rings. You know?
Right. Oh, but, come up with all kinds of things.
I mean, are beers more theme based? Are they, like with wine, there's bouquet, there's this, there's that. So is it the same category for beers?
Yeah, I would say that it's more of styles, you know, and then people can theme it however they want.
Right.
Because it's definitely sticks with like a lager, and then you could have a berry lager, or, you know, an IPA, you could have different styles of the IPA. So it's more of, I would say, categories and then styles within the category. Does that make sense?
No, it does. You know, there's so many categories. Like, for instance, I won't say Hold'em, but you know, there's the geezer beer, you know, that you can have, and for me, it's the dark and light and you know, that kind of stuff. The thing when the container turns blue, you know, that's the that's when you want to go. But for, you know, the young generation, what do they lean more towards? You know, the acronym beers, which I call the IPAs or whatever it is. Yeah,
I think so. But I think also, like you're saying, I think that the breweries are finding that the themes are also, you know, for example, like a surf brewery, they have named their beers off of our local beaches. So they have a Mondos and they have a Rincon, and so I think, but then those also are an IPA.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think that it's more of definitely the style, but then they're just named different things.
Okay, and I got a stupid. IPA stands for?
Indian Pale Ale.
You know, how many people knew that? Raise your hand. Don't lie. Don't lie. You thought it stood for international, infiltrated. Okay.
And true or false, is it actually from India?
And you're asking me? True or false? Let me flip a coin. It's not from India.
It's not.
Oh my gosh!
Right. And I'll leave it up to everybody to do homework to look it up to where it's actually from.
Wow, so much about beer, and you know, I just like fill in the blank, and I'll give you the pizza, burgers and beer, pizza and beer, tapas and beer, sushi and beer. It just goes on.
Everything.
Can you keep on going?
The list goes on and on. Steaks and beer, ribs and beer,
beer and beer,
beer and beer.
You know, it's all that.
It just all goes together.
I never see peanut butter and jelly in beer, but you know, that's a whole...
I'm sure that somebody's got something, you know? Somebody's, I'm sure, got a... Yeah.
But you were actually driving some festivals, the fact that beer is what's going to bring people together.
It really is. It really, yeah, beer, I mean, the love of craft beer is really bringing a whole different genre and demographic of people together. It's really neat, and we're finding that, you know, these festivals that we promote beer, and they're catered toward beer. It's really fun, and people have a really, really good time, and they have good attitudes, and they like the beer. And in the VIP lounge, for example, like this weekend at our Hamburger and Hops Festival, this weekend in the VIP lounge, you with your VIP ticket, you get 5 samples. So you get 5 4-ounce samples of beer, and there's 15 breweries inside there. So you get to go around and you get to taste 5 of them, and then go back and get a whole beer from whichever one you like.
Hope they're small sips, because you may need to have designated driver. We can promote
Well,
that.
yes, absolutely. We do have a transportation service.
Now, is there a thing called, my final questions, is there such a thing as beer etiquette, you know?
There's absolutely beer etiquette, and there's beer etiquette as far as what your beer's served out of, to what your beer's served into,
Right.
To how you hold your glass, and it makes your beer warmer, or there's all kinds of beer etiquette. Pouring your beer.
Wow.
It's amazing.
This should be a college course called Beer 101.
That would be amazing. Brewing 101.
And my executive producer, Bob Allen, could be a professor. Emeritus
That
Bob
would be
Allen.
lovely.
That would
Yes.
be good.
Yes.
It's just I think of, how cool it is, just even though you don't know, but I always think it's like, what do you have on tap? Like, I really care, but it sounds impressive, right?
Yes, it does sound impressive. And beers on tap, some people have a preference. That's another etiquette thing.
I like
People
it.
have a preference. Some people like their beer out of a can or out of a bottle. Some people like it on tap. I prefer my beer on tap.
Get out of here.
I do.
That's important.
Yeah.
And for you guys who are seeking another mate, that's important. Survey says 80% of the women like beer on tap. So
There we go.
we want to press them, say, what do you have on tap?
Yeah.
And all that type of stuff.
There you go.
Anything else you want to say about this event? I'm excited about this event.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this event. We've got some great live music, awesome craft breweries. We have the VIP lounge, like I said, and we're really excited about the VIP lounge for a lot of reasons, but one big reason also is because we have this awesome band named Collide. And they are with a K, K-A-L-Y-D-E. They're very cool. And their lead singer is Naya, and she was on The Voice. And she was a finalist on The Voice, and they're very neat. So they're going to be inside of our VIP lounge, along with, lots of the local breweries, in addition to, Firestone 805 is going to be in there. We're going to have a lot of great ones. For these events, we benefit Food Share, and we thank and appreciate them for all of their support, and they help us out a lot with these events. They supply us with volunteers, and that's great. We really
I just
appreciate
saw
them.
Bonnie Waggle at an event, so
Yeah,
she's the
gotta love Bonnie.
poster child of that.
Absolutely.
But should somebody who doesn't drink beer show up? Can they have like a pop?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
we'll have so all the food trucks, they have food, soda, water, all of that.
Okay.
And then we also have, I should say for the non-beer drinkers, we also have the
You make it sound so negative.
No,
right?
but even still, if you don't drink beer, we have a michelada, and we have margaritas, and we have the Bloody Cure is there. So he's going to be doing his mixture. So in addition to that, of course, waters, sodas, absolutely.
This is really exciting, and I'm hoping everybody's going to show up here.
Yeah.
So, Ashley,
Looking forward
thank
to
you
having
so
you.
much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
for that
much.
education on beer. So stay tuned for our segment on burgers and all the different types of burgers. I'm just kidding. I got some. But anyways, Peter
That'll be at the
Godinez,
festival.
KADY TV ambassador. Until next time.